right, that was scary. That was scary. I'm glad those tires hooked. Oh, okay. All right, Alex, calm down. You weren't planning to buy a Shelby anytime soon. My God. Woo! What is going on, guys? My name is Lextasy. Welcome back to the channel. I am so happy to see you guys again, and I'm super excited to do this video, honestly, because, well, remember this GT350 behind me? A few videos ago, we actually compared it to my GTR, and the owner, Igor, is right behind me, actually. So he did some major modifications on this thing. So instead of being stock, it's got a Gen 5 Whipple Supercharge on it now, pushing like 1,000 horsepower. It's stupid. So what we're gonna do today is figure out if it's worth Whipple or supercharging a GT350, or should you just go ahead and get a GT500 and call it a day. All right, so first things first, guys, I am super nervous to drive a manual car in 30-degree weather that's pushing a lot more than stock 500 horsepower at crank now, but all thanks to Igor, man. It's super good to be back, and I'm excited to do this video, quite honestly, man. I appreciate you trusting me. So I guess he hasn't seen my previous videos and what I do with cars, but tell us a little bit about this build. These guys literally specialize in what, pretty much everything Ford and everything Whipple, for that matter, because they are a dealer. Whipple makes,
can install it here.
Yep. So you're pretty much a dealer for them, right?
Dealer, yeah.
That's awesome, that's right, dude. So maybe get a little discount.
To become a dealer, I have to get this.
So tell us a little bit about the setup, man. What is going on under the hood of this GT350?
Well, this is just a production Gen 5 Whipple Supercharger.
So it's the newest one, right?
It's not the newest one, because when I ordered this one, they just released a 3.8.
Jesus.
Which this one is plenty for me, because this one actually is capable of up to 1,800 horsepower. And
that supercharger can do 1,800?
Yep.
That's
but,
so stupid.
of course, not on a stock engine.
Right.
But so my car, all it has is the Gen 5 Whipple Supercharger 3.0. And then I did upgrade the oil pump gear for safety reasons.
Well, I was about to say, so when is it recommended to do the oil pump gears?
If you're keeping it stock, it's not that dangerous, but when you're boosting your car with either supercharger or turbo, you want to upgrade that piece, because it's like glass. I took mine out and I dropped it from this height, and it like shattered into 3 pieces. Yeah. So yeah, definitely do it. If you're gonna boost the car, do it. This is a GT Mustang or a GT350, GT500. All of them have that same piece. So
wow, I didn't know that. Wait, the GT, just the Mustang GT has the same oil pump gear?
Yep, same pump gear.
Wow, yeah. What years?
11 and up.
Well, that sucks.
All of them have that same.
I did not know that. So the magic question: how much are we pushing to the wheels, man? What do you think?
Should be at 800, and this is a 93 pump gas.
On 93, 800 wheel.
Yep. 800
What's the
wheel.
torque?
I don't know. I have to look that up.
Oh my God, though, that's insane.
It's definitely more than stock, because these cars don't have stock torque at all. It's like 300 something stock torque. And
wow.
Right now it should be over 600 about.
So 800 wheels, 600 torque. That's something insane.
Like that. But I do need to get on the dyno and confirm.
So I mean, what are we talking about, like clutch-wise? Did you have to do anything to the transmission?
Not yet, but I think my clutch is going to be my next upgrade. Remember, this is a track pack, and it does have launch control, which I cannot use anymore, because the lowest setting is 4,000 RPM.
Oh, fantastic.
If I launch it at 4,000 RPM, my clutch gone.
Oh, absolutely. And the
so
tires
I launch it at around 1,500, 1,800 or so. It does okay, and then I have to slip the clutch a bit, because otherwise it spins. It would spin first, second, third, and fourth gear.
That's insane.
On the Michelin tires.
So have you been to the drag strip?
Not yet, not with this setup.
Oh, snap, man. Guys, definitely give him a follow. That's his YouTube and Instagram, I think, right? Later HP it is. So here's the thing about him, man. He does a lot of different stuff. It's not just working on this Shelby, which he's done a few videos on that, man. It's actually fun to see him roast tires. But tell us about this right here, because this is kind of interesting to me as well.
This right here is a 2009 Crown Vic Erie. And what I did was I pulled out the stock 4.6 engine,
okay,
which has around 90,000 miles or so, and I put in the Godzilla.
So when you say Godzilla, what do you mean exactly?
That's a 2020 7.3 gasoline Ford engine.
Did you say 7.3?
Yeah.
That's insane.
And it comes in the heavy duty trucks like F250, F350, F450, and school buses too.
So, and it fits? How is that going to drive?
It fits, but
that's insane.
So it's not running as of right now, but I'm trying to get it running on the stock DCM, and if I can't do that, then I'm gonna get some kind of control module for it. So there you have it, guys. If you want to see a 7.3 motor in the Crown Victoria, that's gonna be tearing up the streets. If you want to see a Shelby GT with 800 wheel horsepower, daily driven, that's the channel to check out, guys. Seriously, it's blowing up. He's doing really great, man. A lot of great content as well. Let's have some fun, man. I'm actually nervous, but this has always been a dream car for me to get a Whipple GT350. The 8300 redline is insane, and now you add forced induction. I mean, that's just, it sings like a Ferrari, or even better
better, honestly. Ooh, boys, we are back in the Shelby GT350. Except now it's a complete monster. And I am nervous. I am excited. When he told me he was doing this, like, I didn't know. I was like, oh, that's cool, bro. Like, I didn't want to ask him to drive it. I knew he was gonna want me to. It's a manual. It's a man-pedal car. That's 800 wheel horsepower now. It's stupid. Like, that should be illegal. This is just, oh my God. And talk about the clutch, guys. I can't say it enough. The clutch on these cars, that sound, man, it's a straight Ferrari but better. That clutch is so smooth, guys. I cannot get over it. I can't say it enough. All right, guys, this is my true reaction right now to driving a Shelby GT350 that's Whippled. Second gear. I'm gonna do it in second when I mass it. Holy fudgesicles! Oh my God, that sucker spun in third. I didn't even make it past 4,000 RPM. I'm like screaming, but I don't mean to. I'm just so excited. Oh no, no. This just changes a lot of things. Oh, that adrenaline rush, guys. Oh my God, it screams. This car, oh dude, it sounds perfect. It's stock, like the valves when they're open, it sounds amazing. But at a Whipple, oh my God, the butter just downshifts on it. Dude, this is amazing. Second gear. Fudge me. All right, that was scary. That was scary. I'm glad those tires hooked. Oh, okay. All right, Alex, calm down. You weren't planning to buy a Shelby anytime soon. My God. That was fun. Oh, dude, it's so raspy. It's so freaking, just wants to go. Dude. Oh my God, dude, this is amazing. Oh, flip. I can't get enough of this car. I'm about to drive it for a long while. Let's take this. Dude, the downshift. Oh man. All right, so let's talk about the build real quick. What does he have done on this car? So like he said, he's got the Gen 5 Whipple Supercharger kit on there, which is about a $10,000 kit. And there's a few things you got to do to actually make that supercharger fit. Being that this is a track edition, what that means is it comes with like a cross member support, I guess you can say. So it kind of helps with like the handling and everything. So that has to come off. You also have to get different spacers for the engine because you have to drop it down a little bit because it barely clears the hood with that Gen 5 Whipple Supercharger. Now, I personally like the older body, the older generation Whipple because it's like a Gen 4. I think Gen 3 is like a massive, just looks like a rotor that goes right on top of the motor. Probably not as efficient as this new body styling or the new generation styling of the Supercharger, but it's still, these things are just amazing. Now, he also talked about doing the oil pump gear, especially with forced induction on these motors because those pump gears are literally like glass. I 100% agree, and I actually did it on my car even though it wasn't supercharged. Now, for anybody looking for a GT350, whether you're going to supercharge it or not, the 16s through the 17 had the worst issue with the actual oil filters where they would unscrew themselves. So that is a major issue. I don't know if you've seen, I think Adam LZ or somebody literally burned their down to the ground at a track because he just got back from a Ford where they did maintenance, they did an oil change on it and everything, and he got in the car and that filter unscrewed itself, sprayed oil everywhere, caught the car on fire, destroyed. By the time they got a fire truck to it, it was done. So 18 and plus, they changed it to an actual cartridge filter instead of having a screw-on filter, which makes it a lot better and a lot easier and a lot more safer. But that's one thing you guys always have to look at. So not that they're not reliable, they do have some consumption issues in the older or the most newest ones when they first came out. GT350s, like I think the 16s or so is what I had. So you have to pay attention to that. If it was eating a little more than like a quart of oil per 1,000 miles or more than a quart of oil, then you probably have an engine issue. But it all got fixed pretty quickly. So 800 horsepower to the wheels. You can max this Whipple Supercharger out or the engine out before you have to build it at about 820, 840 and about 550, 560 torque. So yes, the torque numbers are lower, because you kind of have to keep them lower anyways, and it's a very high revving 8300 redline motor, so because of that the torque is not there, but the sound is there. The wheel horsepower is absolutely there. You're just missing a little bit of torque, but you're still using a stock clutch because the torque numbers are so low. Now, doing a forced induction on a 12.5 to 1 compression ratio motor, that's not something that's really advertised anywhere. There's a reason that like the Ferrari 458s, all those high revving you know, GT3s, Porsches don't have a forced induction. They're all naturally aspirated, but their red line's like 8,000, 9,000, because you're really messing with the compression ratio. You're really pushing the boost through a motor that's already screaming its lungs out on every single gear. Now, this is also a flat plane crank, so that it's just putting a lot of pressure on this motor, but yet here we are. Here they're doing things that are, it's just not designed to do, but it's doing them well. All right, I talk a little too much. Let's give this sucker some gas. First gear. I don't want to do first gear, but woo! Dude, this sucker just hauls. My God. Spins every freaking gear. That's so amazing. Oh, I can't get enough of this car. Oh man, this thing just screams. So today I want to talk about, is it worth modifying a Shelby GT350? Now that's a very vague question, right? Because modifying can be putting exhaust on it, putting an intake on it, and just keeping it that way, or modifying the suspension. I'm talking about building this car. If you're really truly trying to get it to 1,000 horsepower and make it a track monster, things like that, in my opinion, it's not worth it. Now here's why I'm saying that. A 2020 GT350 with nothing on it, like completely base, no heated seats, no cooled seats, no leather, no big screen, just like this one, is right around $60,000 MSRP. Now this one is a track pack, so it's probably a $2,000 option or so, so you're around $62,000. And now you add a Whipple for $10,000, so you're 72, add about $2,000 for labor, so 74, let's say $75,000. So at $75,000, this car's pushing 800 wheel horsepower, but you're maxed out. That is as far as you can take this car before you have to open the motor up. You got to do a forced internals, you got to rebuild everything, you got to put a better clutch in here and spend a lot of money. And yes, at that point you're probably going to be, like you said, that Whipple is good for about 1,500 horsepower, so you could probably get 1,000 wheel out of it, no problem, on E85. But now you're sinking so much money, you're probably closer to 100 grand to build this car, while a Shelby GT500 2020 base MSRP price on it is right around $71,000. And it's got a lot more technology. It's got a 7-speed dual clutch transmission. Of course, it's already supercharged, 760 horsepower from stock, and it runs 10.6s in the quarter mile stock. This car with the Whipple is going to run in about mid-10s, I would say. I haven't seen the numbers yet, but just from the way it drives, I would say if you can hook and if you can shift just as good as a 7-speed dual clutch transmission, you'll be in the 10 seconds as well. But you just dump so much more money when you can just buy this from factory and get the same horsepower with the little modification, not 10, 20 grand like it would take to get this 800 wheel. But I would say intake, pulley, smaller pulley, of course, exhaust, and you're definitely in the 800s, with the 85 probably closer to 900s from factory. So it's not, it doesn't take that much more to make that Shelby GT500 just as fast, or actually a lot faster than this car is, and it's actually cheaper MSRP wise. So that's why I'm saying, like, it's just, in my eyes, it's not worth building a GT350. Now, if you're looking for a vehicle that's going to be rare, which this is because they're not making it anymore after 2021, then absolutely grab yourself a GT350, put a massive Whipple on it, which he said they just come out with a 3.8 liter. I'm guessing the Gen 6 at this point. That's stupid. I mean, you can't even use 3.8 liter. I mean, that's not, you don't even need that because you have to build the motor if you use anything bigger than, honestly, this supercharger here at 3.0 liter. So, but if you're looking for a car that's rare, but if you're looking for a great little daily awesome car that's literally spinning tires through 4th and 5th gears, absolutely get yourself a GT350. And it's got a man pedal. I mean, a 6-speed manual transmission and an awesome man pedal that is super easy to drive, super soft clutch. It's like, I can't describe it to you guys. You literally have to jump into one, and if you've driven manuals, you know what I'm talking about. It is so easy to release, like, and to go into gear, to shift gears, even with the Whipple on it. It's awesome. I can't talk enough about this thing, honestly. Now, if you're trying to do a budget build and trying to get to 1,000 horsepower, but you want that Mustang, you want this kind of body styling and look, get yourself an 18 and plus Mustang GT 10-speed, because you cannot beat a 10-speed, you can't beat an auto transmission in manual. I know I'm about to to start the pot by saying that and bash and get a lot of bashings and people hate me on it, but it is what it is. You cannot beat especially a dual clutch on the Shelby GT500, the way it shifts. But even an automatic 10-speed, it's hard to shift as fast as those and stay in the boost as well while doing it. So it is what it is. But here's what you do: you get an 18 Mustang GT 10-speed transmission, you put a Whipple for it for $10,000. You can pick up a Mustang. I think the sticker price is 35 grand on those, like a 2020 10-speed. 35 grand plus 10 grand for a Whipple. You have 45,000. You're at 700 wheel. To build those motors, you don't really have to until you get a lot higher numbers than that, and you're at half the cost of what it is to build one of these, for example, or to get into a GT500. So if you're looking for that, you want the styling of a Mustang, then grab yourself a GT and you'll be absolutely happy. But if you want to say you have a Shelby, go with the GT500. I mean, it's just the way it is. I'll be completely honest. Now, is this car fun? Absolutely, man. Just the way it, oh God, I'm just gonna put it in sport, mash it. It just goes. My God. Torque, I'll be honest, not all there, super noticeable, but the horsepower, that top speed, when it gets there, is there. It's definitely there. Car wants to keep going. Car wants to go scream. It's amazing. It really is. I like the Shelby's. 8300 redline. I mean, the power band on this is insane. It doesn't get into its full power mode until like 5,000 RPM. That's why he said you can really launch it at 4,000 RPM, because that's where the launch control is from factory, because the torque curve is like after 4,000 is when it really hits full power mode. So God, it's amazing. It's something else to say that you drive a GT 500, 350, doesn't matter, but when you get into a 350 like this with a Whipple on it, you have fun on every corner, and it can take corners. That's the thing. So I don't know, oh man, I'm so scared right now because it spins like a mofo, but I do want to get on it just a little bit more. I love that backfire too. It's like brum. That crackling, man. Oh, golly, I'm so glad those tires are gripping. My God, this thing is awesome. Oh, that got my heart going. It's probably the fastest thing I've been in a while, that's for sure, man. And the most dangerous and scariest, honestly, without manual 6-speed. Golly, man, 800 horsepower. In a Mustang, crowd control Mustang. That's amazing, guys. I honestly enjoyed this car. I hope you enjoyed it as well. So long story short, if you want to find a car that you want to build for just daily awesome driving, horsepower, take it to the track, enjoy it, absolutely get a Shelby GT350. They're only going to go up in value anyways because they're not making anymore. Now, if you're trying to build a car, if you're trying to make the fastest Mustang, get yourself a Mustang GT and build one of those. Or if you got the money, get a GT500. But honestly, this will always have like a place in my heart. I've had one of these. It never got Whippled, but I'm telling you guys, if I could afford 4 or 5 of these cars and just have race cars everywhere, this would be on the list. And it still is, and there will be another car that I own again. I wish I could track down the one I had before, but power wise, man, this is just insane. I love it. I really do. I appreciate Ego letting me drive this. Definitely, guys, give him a follow, and make sure you drop a like, drop a subscription, and comment of what you think about the Shelby GT350s. Is this a car that you'd love to enjoy or drive or own one day? Let me know. What do you think of the Shelbys overall, period? But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I sure enjoyed driving this car, that's for sure. That just made my day, man. I cannot wait to get my car. We're getting closer and closer every video to me revealing of what I got next and what's coming to the channel. I still have not narrowed it down. I'm down to 3 cars. I just don't know which one yet because we're negotiating prices. I'm trying to get the best price on them, so we'll see what happens. But thank you guys. Enjoy your lives, enjoy your cars and your beasts and Whipples and Superchargers and everything that comes on these cars, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.